big. I mean, that was huge. We struggled in the second quarter. We struggled bad in the second quarter. I mean, the first we got in foul trouble with Edward Townsend. We weren't scoring. We weren't getting stops. You know, they got a little bit of a lead on us, and we just fought at the end just to try to keep it close. It really could have got away from us in that second quarter, but we managed to just stay in the game. And when we came out that third quarter, we just kind of got on a roll. We started making some shots. We started getting stops. Our defense just kept getting better and better as the game went along.
Coach, you mentioned that before the game, how well y'all played North Half, and ran through a really good victory for a team. Did you worry after you got that hold in the second quarter? Did you leave it all up in Starkville?
Shoot, I was wondering where it was the second quarter. I knew some of it was on the bench with Edward Townsend, but I put some subs in that I know play hard. I knew those guys would play hard, and they would scratch and they would fight and do whatever they had to do to get their job done. We put Brandon Johnson in, and we started running a little 1-3-1 foot trap, and they struggled against it a little bit. And so we just kept it going and kept it going and kept it going. I think we went to it with about 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. And the first trip or two, we didn't look great in it. And then it just, I don't know, it just seemed that it rattled them a little bit.
A lot of times after games, and you're typically very low-key mellow. It seems like right now you really are fired up and still just. How would you describe, I guess, your demeanor coming to this game? You seem really keyed up right now.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I never thought this team would be here right now. We've had so many ups and downs this season. I mean, we've lost guys for this reason and that reason. I mean, we've had so many things that went wrong this year, and I'm just proud of those guys for being here. It's not about me; it's about them, and I'm just proud of them being here. And I've had some people tell me though, it's years when you struggle the most when you have the most success, but I'm just happy for them. These guys have done everything I asked them to do up to this point. They've hung in there, and like I said, we've had guys, we've lost guys for whatever reason, and everybody we put in seemed to have stepped up and been able to get the job done. They've got sophomores that have continued to improve since day one. I'm just happy to be coaching.
I got to ask you a thing after today. Shaw, the best player in the state?
I wouldn't trade him. I wouldn't trade him. And he do some things that drive me crazy over that time, but I wouldn't trade him for nobody. I mean, I've had him since he was the 9th grader, and I couldn't be more proud of a player than I am of him because he has come so far. He never really played on an organized team up until 9th grade, and. I gotta give Coach Stamps a little credit too, because I called him and told him, I said, I got a kid up here that you need to take a look at. I said, he told me, he said, well, tell him to come down to a practice. I said, well, I'll tell him, but he'll be the most athletic kid you got. I think I was talking to Gerald Collier at the time. And that kind of got him started, and he has come a long way. At one time, he couldn't do nothing but dunk a basketball. Now he can dribble, he can make threes. He understands the game a whole lot better than he did even last year. I couldn't be more proud of a player as I am of him because of how far he's came.
You mentioned that you had drafts and you went straight to the pros after you were done touching. You had Tag, who probably was there a year or two. But have you ever had a high school guy, at the high school level, make more of an impact or more impactful than Shaw's and what y'all this season?
I don't know if we've ever had one. Travis, he was really, really good. But I only had him a year, so I never did get a chance to see him grow and develop as a player. Latavius Williams came in, and he kind of, he had some other guys that helped groom him along, and he improved a great deal. But, you could always see the skills there when he came in. With him, it's been leaps and bounds from year to year.
And could you talk about Townsend's play this season? It seems like I heard from, every game there's one quarter where he just goes off. And just talk about that,
That's been true. Most of the time it's been the second quarter, but he sat most of the second quarter of this game. And it was tough pulling him and sitting him because we were struggling at the time. And then he comes in the third quarter. He was a little over-anxious with that first shot he took the third quarter, but after that, he's been good. He was good. I don't know if anybody in the States played better than him over the last 4 or 5 games, because he's just had a quarter where he just took over game, and people hadn't been able to guard him. Yeah, we came into the game, and I've been telling him for the last week that he was going to be doubled and tripled and harassed all over the floor. Then they sit back in the zone. But you know, it was like sitting over there, you just waiting on him to break out because it's going to happen. You know, I don't know if anybody. He struggled a couple games early in the year, in the middle of the season. Other than that, he's been good. He's been hard to stop. And the harder he is to stop, the better we are. When he gets going, it makes it easy for everybody else.
Talk about taking it's like you guys took Dunnings out and get out of his rhythm and comfort zone.
You know, I got to give all the credit in the world to Jacquez Johnson for that. He played him for most of the game. He pushed him around a little bit. He chased him all over the court. We doubled him at times. And it seemed like it paid off in the fourth quarter because he missed some open shots. He got open some in the fourth quarter, but he missed them. And I think part of that was because we've been chasing him so hard all night long and trying to push him around, doubling him, trying to keep him off balance.
Coach, was there any temptation during that second quarter kind of pull the trigger again and go back again, especially when they went up by 11?
There was temptation, but you know, it's hard to play him when in a situation where you don't want him to pick up a foul because he's going to be aggressive, he's going to play, and he want to win. And when you look up at that clock and see we're down, he's not going to pull back. So I didn't want to get him a third foul in the second quarter. You know, there was a temptation, but I just couldn't put him back in there in the second quarter. And then, you know, we changed defenses, so that helped. That helped. They struggled a little bit against it toward the end of the second quarter.
Where's it a couple of threes to get that little run started too, and then it started getting his shot.
In that third quarter,
yeah.
You know, it was on. I know the key for their zone was two people, these two guys sitting on either side of me. But Jacquez Johnson stepped up, made a couple of big threes, and that kind of spread the zone out. Shaquille Hill made an easy basket right out in the middle of the lane. Once they came out of the zone, they had to do different things. I didn't think they'd be able to stay with us man to man, to be honest with you. I mean, if we could keep the floor spread, I thought we would have too many weapons for them to be able to guard us man to man. That's why I was expecting traps and zones and you know, different defenses other than just straight man. When he had to man us, you know, he couldn't keep us from getting to the basket.
Could you just looking ahead, you beat Greenville, you beat I just wondered if you could talk about what kind of matchup either one of those teams would present for you in the championship game.
Greenville's tough. Greenville's gonna come at you hard. They play so hard and physical. They're not very big, yet they are so physical. They play so hard that they make up for their lack of size. Meridian is just, you know, you got the Ricky Hood factor, and at any point he can take over a game, and at the same time he makes it easy for his teammates. You know, we had a tough game with Greenville up in Starkville in North Half. I mean, you know, either team would be a dogfight. It'd be a dogfight. But I got confidence in these guys that, you know, when it comes down to a game like that, you know, I think we got a chance.
Yeah, just talk about that little stretch there at the end of the third quarter when Jockey started hitting his shots. Did you kind of feed off that a little bit?
Well, started the third quarter. First, I knew coming out it was gonna be kind of hard for me to just come out shooting and get a rhythm. But instead, like Coach said, I did take it through. I got a little anxious and did take it through. But then we came down. I hit Jacquez, hit Quiz a couple times. Then when I came down, I was open. I hit the high, got my couple shots. Then they went man. I hit a couple floaters. So.
Talk about the triple-double you had today.
Oh, you had one? I did.
I had one.
Yeah.
I just come from playing hard, you know. Even when you're down, just keep playing hard, and playing with your team.
It was all around effort, Shad. I mean, especially in that second quarter, it looked like you kind of took it upon yourself to go get every board, block shots and all that. Just talk about being effective in every arena of the game tonight.
Well, I was playing, but I ain't ready for our season to be over. You know, our goal is to get to the championship, and I already had set in my mind I was going to do whatever it took, you know, to get us there, or try my hardest. That's what I went out and did. You know, played hard and down on my teammates, and we just pulled it through.
What